Alright, we're here. We're in the finals. Finally, we've got Orenda on the Radiant side. They're going to be going up against Carson and 4 IXDL retards. Not going to call them by that. They're going by the name in the brackets as Monib Baray or something like that. I don't know how you're pronouncing that. It's Baray.
Team pick.
I don't know what Baray means, but either way, we're into the finals here. I'm Niz. Welcome. We've already got a draft. Let's take a look at the draft. We've got Jug and Axe getting banned out by the Dire side. And we've got Troll and Brewmaster getting banned out by Orenda. Shadow Fiend is the first pick.
Sniper.
That gets responded by Vengeful Spirit and Sniper.
Team pick.
So already looking to put a little bit of pressure on that Shadow Fiend, I imagine, with putting the Sniper mid. But they still have the flexibility of moving that Sniper around, same as Orenda has the flexibility of moving the Shadow Fiend around. Earthshaker will be the hero that they pair the Shadow Fiend up with. And Earthshaker's got a lot of value now. Earthshaker used to be used a ton with
Dire team ban.
blocking your creep wave and luring it over to a neutral camp and then using that to pull and wipe the creep wave. It was used a lot, especially on the Radiant side in the mid lane.
10 seconds.
And you could even do it quite a bit in the bottom lane as well. You could do it Dire off lane. You could do it tons of places. You could do it Dire safe lane.
Radiant team ban.
You can tell I knew all the time used to do this. I used to play Earthshaker. But they since fixed that. And now Earthshaker is still used similarly, but not to the same extent. His fissure is used to kind of delay the creep wave from advancing early on. And that means that your offlaner can get a lot more. Or he can use it mid to help your mid get a lot more. Just by bringing the lane back towards the tower. It's probably going to be used in the off lane in this game, because I don't think Shadow Fiend would want it directly under his tower. But we've got our next two bans, and that's the Drow Ranger and the Silencer coming out from Orenda. The Dire side banning out the Chen and the Skywrath Mage. Both heroes that are pretty commonly picked and pair quite well with the Earthshaker. I think the Skywrath and the Earthshaker is an absolutely deadly roaming combo. And on top of that, Skywrath would be quite devastating to the Clockwork. Of course, if Clockwork jumps in and immediately gets hit with a Skywrath ult, that clock's going to fall over pretty damn quick. But Skywrath also pairs with the clock quite well because of that same reason. If clock jumps in, cogs someone in,
10 seconds remaining.
the sky blows them up. But they're going to ban out the sky and then pick up the Clockwork, so we already know who the Dire offlaner is going to be. And well, we've seen it a million times before. The cogs block on the creep wave into that little nook on the Dire, off to the side of the Dire offlane. And that's going to allow the Clockwork to get a lot more XP and a little bit more CS than he typically would without doing that little trick. We'll have to see how Orenda plan on countering this, and you can actually stop the Clockwork from doing all that. If you know which trees to cut, you can actually chop a couple trees down and shut all that down, so Clockwork can't do that. Problem is getting to that position comfortably at the start of the game. It's really easy if you have a Bat Rider just flies in and burns all the trees, but then your Bat Rider's got to basically go back and then head up to the top lane, and then he hasn't knocked down all the trees to protect him in his lane, and it's generally not worth it. So you just kind of have to deal with the fact that the Clock is going to get that little bit more XP because he's just on the Dire side. Orenda picked up Bristleback, and we saw them play that last game, and they ran it in the safe lane, so we'll have to see if they plan on doing the same thing this time around, or if they choose to just put that in the off lane. Well, this is assuming that the Shadow Fiend is going to be run mid, but of course they still have the versatility of moving that hero around as well. Shadow Fiend most likely going to be run in the mid lane, but he could be run safe lane as well. And Bristle has the versatility of pretty much being in any lane, but most likely running in the off lane. But as we saw last game, Orenda chose to run him safe lane, so they could be looking to do the same thing. Dire side dipping into their reserve time here. They've only got 55 seconds left, so definitely taking their time to figure out exactly what they want to pick here. They've got the sniper, which could very well be mid going up against the Shadow Fiend, but they could bail out of that and put the sniper safe lane. They've already got their offlaner in the Clockwork, and they've got the one support. So who do they want to pick up? I imagine they're picking up their support here. But what hero are they going to think to go with? I wonder if you just go Dazzle, you're kind of squishy. It gives you a little bit more armor to deal with the amount of physical damage coming out from the Shadow Fiend and the Bristle.
Radiant team pick.
And you also deny them from potentially picking it up as well. But they choose to go with the Shadow Demon. I absolutely love Shadow Demon. I'm not sure if I like him in this situation. Orenda's actually going to go with Disruptor. Okay, so they got a way to send the Clockwork back when he jumps in. They just glimpse him. And suddenly Hookshot is no longer an ability. And it also is going to give them quite a bit of team fight. It's going to give them a lot of zone controlling team fight. And frankly, without the Clockwork hookshotting in, there's nothing. There's nothing up front for this Dire side to really have a stance in the team fight. And they want to be able to protect the sniper, but they feel just overly very, very squishy. They've got the Clockwork cogs to protect it, but even that's not really going to work out too well for them thus far. They're going to have to look to pick up something a little bit more substantial to have in their lineup. They ban out the Queen of Pain.
5 seconds remaining.
Orenda now has the last ban.
Reserve time.
And who do you remove? I mean, ideal hero would be Panda for them, right? Slide the sniper to the off lane, pick Panda in the safe lane, but that's already been banned out. Of course, Axe is another obvious one, but he's been removed as well. I'm trying to think what's left. I don't know. I don't know. Skeleton King. Okay, they're going to ban Skeleton King. That would have been a decent safe laner for them. Well, they've got to make up their mind here to figure out what their last pick's going to be. They don't have much reserve time left. They took a lot of that time deciding what their fourth pick's going to be. 10 seconds cumulative about Razor's what they're going to go with. Okay, that's not bad. That'll work for them. It gives them a hero that, like I said, a little bit more substantial. Going to be a hero that can kind of step up and not be too scared. So they really are going to want that Razor to start to get a little bit of meat on them. And I do imagine it's a sniper safe lane. They're going to farm up that Razor in the safe lane. Sniper, I think I might have misspoke there. Sniper mid lane and the Razor safe lane.
10 seconds remaining.
Morphling's going to be the final pick for Orenda, and there's really no way for the Dire side to deal with that Morphling. So I guess that means we were going to have Shadow Fiend mid, Bristleback off lane, Morphling safe lane with an Earthshaker and Disruptor protecting him. But that Earthshaker's probably going to be moving around quite a bit. As I think they're just going to leave the Disruptor down there to deal with the Clockwork, and he should be able to pretty easily. The Earthshaker making rotations around between the mid lane and the bottom lane should be able to set up any potential kills with the Shadow Fiend on the Sniper. A Fissure and a couple raises on a not full HP Sniper means that Sniper is going to be pretty much dead. And same thing with kind of going down to the bottom lane. It's a little bit harder to kill a Clockwork, but you can ensure that the Clockwork, if he gets a little bit greedy, he can't rely on his cogs to get out of there.
Prepare for battle.
The other casters aren't casting with a delay. So let that be known in chat. Well, NA Dota. Oh well. Introduce the teams. On the Radiant side, we've got Team Orenda playing. Their Disruptor is unfortunately going to be some name I don't even have a clue how to attempt to pronounce, but screw that. We've got action right here. Fluff's going to come in, and he's going to get a Disrupt onto that Disruptor, and now he's going to throw it on the kinetic field. That's going to prevent anyone from continuing chasing, but that's going to be a dead Disruptor. And they run directly into them. But let's continue with introducing the players. On the Shadow Fiend is going to be Calm. We've got Baidu. And I don't know the rest of his name. He's going to be playing the Earthshaker. We've got 1, 2, 3 on the Morphling. And we got Ho-OK on the Bristleback. On the Dire side, we've got Fluff Dota playing the Shadow Demon. Fluff and stuff, of course. We've got Mattress Actress playing the Razor. We have XX on the Sniper. We have Frempo on the Clockwork. And we have 3GN on the Vengeful Spirit. We do have a set of Sentries on the Disruptor. And we've got Boots First on Fluff and stuff. Looks like we're going to have a Tri-Lane versus Tri-Lane. Tri-Lane with the Clockwork here. It's a little bit surprising, but we do have that matchup in the mid lane where we've got the Shadow Fiend against the Sniper, and the top lane, the Bristle against the Razor. Let's actually switch over to this. Earthshaker laying down a Fissure there, just getting a little bit harassed, but managing to hit 2 targets at the same time. And so far, this dire Tri-Lane not really working out for them, as they're not really doing too much. They're having to either disrupt there defensively, but this Morph has just basically been having attempts at CS. He's actually missed a few. But now we have action as the Magic Missile is going to go out onto the Earthshaker, but he should be fine. Frempo now charging forward, using the Battery Assault onto 1, 2, 3, forcing him to use the Waveform. And the Radiant side will just completely back away. And Frempo will go back to farming as his Clockwork. He's now 5-1 CS. And despite the fact that Morph had some attempts on those CS, he's down to 1-0.
Denied.
And we've got a rotation there. They're pinging to potentially go on the Disruptor, but the Vengeful Spirit's all the way over here. That was a weird timing coming out from Fluff there. But of course, had he disrupted and Frempo got in, laid down the cogs and the Battery Assault, they probably would have got a kill on the Disruptor. But I think if the Earthshaker was on top of his game, he would have just pushed the Clockwork out of the cogs, so it would have not been a very good initiation. But oh, they're going to try to go on 1, 2, 3 here as Fluff gets the disrupt. Frempo now is going to push him with the cogs. No, he's not. Mid lane. Sniper getting a kill on the Shadow Fiend. That must have been very, very close, as he was down to basically no HP, less than 10 HP on the Sniper. So that comes down to essentially random damage ranges on auto attacks. Uh-oh, this Disruptor in trouble, as he does get disrupted by the Shadow Demon, and then he's caught in the cogs and the Battery Assault. the Earthshaker off the mark. I think he was just trying to stun the clock, but maybe it would be better if he just uses the fissure to push the clock out of the cogs and push his teammate out of the cogs. That's the third kill now for this Dire side, as they get a second one onto the Disruptor. Take a look at the last hits in the mid lane. We've got Sniper winning that lane so far. That's not surprising at all so far, but maybe winning a little bit more than expected. 16 and 5 on the Sniper, 9 and 3 from the Shadow Fiend, but Shadow Fiend CS will definitely pick up. In the top lane, we've got Bristle 10 and 0, but the Razor's leading the way there at 15 or 16 and 5. In the bottom lane, the Clock 16 and 8, and the Morph just 5 and 2. So pretty much the Dire side winning every lane all over the map right now.
Radiant's top
Earthshaker
tower
making a
is under
rotation over
attack.
to the mid lane. See if maybe they can get a pick on the Sniper, but the Shadow Fiend's lost so much HP. The Sniper's positioning himself to go for the top rune. And this is just going to be a dead Shadow Fiend as the Assassinate comes out. We got action in the bottom lane as well as the Disrupt came out onto 1, 2, 3, and then he was caught in the cogs. 5 kills now for the Dire side. And that's going to be Arcane Boots for the Clock. And that means this aggro tri-lane's basically got unlimited mana. So what is Calm going to be able to do here? He's just getting completely bullied by the Sniper. He got the Sniper down to 290 HP, but now he's just going to get assassinated. And there he goes. As I think he didn't stop to buy. Yeah,
Dire's middle tower is under
this one's a
attack.
complete train wreck for Orenda as they're just getting demolished all over the map here. Now Disruptor in a whole lot of hurt. Fluff's going to get the Disrupt here, and Frumpo's going to walk in, get the cogs and Battery Salt. No, it doesn't use the cogs, doesn't need it. And we'll get another kill onto the Disruptor. 7-0 now for this Dire side. Frumpo missing the cogs there, but I think that was mainly to push 1, 2, 3 anyways. Burn a little bit of mana. I think it actually would have been better to trap him in the cogs and force the waveform out. Baidu making the rotation up to the top to get an observer ward out there. And Bristle has not been having a good time up top, but he is doing the best in terms of how even the lanes are. Oh, here we go, Sniper. There we go. There's the fissure, and 3 raises come out. And I talked about that in the draft. The Earthshaker making that rotation with the fissure and a couple raises, you can easily get a kill onto a Sniper.
Dire's middle
Bottom
tower
lane, 1,
is
2,
under
3 in
attack.
Frumpo. And a little bit of a man fight. Waveform getting used. Now the Battery Assault's going to come out. 1, 2, 3 making sure he's standing on the creep wave there. But he's going to have to back out because he knows Fluff is coming back. Or does he? As Fluff's now going to try to open
Dire's
up onto
middle
him.
tower is under
And
attack.
with the disruption, 3GN's going to come in with the magic missile, and that should be a dead Morphling. He was trying to morph, but he'll go down. 8-1 now, the total. And I think this is definitely the right move, having the Earthshaker stay mid. They've got to help the Shadow Fiend out some way. And Earthshaker should be stacking one of these camps right now. As he should be stacking this one, as Shadow Fiend's going to go to stack the other. And they'll do just that. But I think that there's a lot of value in just saying, you know what, we've lost this bottom lane. Just keep the Earthshaker mid, help our mid lane. Unfortunately, he missed the stack there as well. That's not helping the cause. As Disruptor has even made his way up to the top and trying to help out Bristle, staying back, staying out of sight.
Radiant's middle tower is
But
under
now
attack.
he's just shown himself, and Razor needs to be a little bit more careful now, but I think he should be okay. It's kind of bullying. Here comes the Shadow Demon. It's been pinged out. That was actually Fluff pinging himself, saying, hey, I'm coming. Fluff with the disruption. Somehow, Mattress Actress doesn't go down there, as Ho-Okay just barely didn't get one more kill spray off. Fluff just there in time with the disruption. And nothing will result out of that, but The dire side way out ahead here, and now they're going to put a lot more pressure onto Fluff. Somehow that kinetic field doesn't trap Fluff in. And with the disruption on himself, as soon as he comes out of that, he should die to the next cool spray. There he goes. The second kill now for Orenda. But they've got a long, long way to go. The flare's coming in, but it'll be way off the mark. Take a quick cycle through all the heroes here and see exactly what everyone's got in terms of items, and I imagine it is going to be pretty quick on the side of Orenda, as all the disruptors got boots and 600 gold. I guess that's not as bad as it could be. It's Frempo getting a kill onto 1, 2, 3 in the bottom lane, with Fluff making a rotation down there as well. Fluff really controlling this game. Okay, what does Calm have? Calm's got treads, he's got a Wraithband, and he's got a bottle. That's not bad, but it is 9 minutes into the game, so it's not good either. What does the Earthshaker got? He's got boots, and look at Calm just getting completely bullied by the sniper. He's going to go down. Is he? No, 340. He should be okay. Actually, not with him walking back in. The fissure block trapped him in there. He would have been okay just from the assassinate, but his Earthshaker actually killed him. Nothing going right for Orenda. 1, 2, 3 doesn't have pretty much anything in terms of items either. Some question marks coming out. I imagine snipers talking crap. I've already got him muted before this game, so yeah, apparently. And a Dota. Fuck you. Yeah, it's too much drama. But oh well. Oh well. At Hoke doesn't really have much either. Oh, Frempo's going to walk right into Adhoke, and he's going to pop the battery cell. He's going to use the hook shot and trap him in with the cogs, and that's going to be one dead bristleback. And I guess while we're here, let's take a look at the clock. He's almost got phase or 4 staff, 3 gen, and Fluff are actually going to smoke up right now. And that was actually under the vision of the Observer Ward from the Radiant side, and Calm's going to go down once again as Assassinate's going to get used. Fluff doesn't really have much in terms of items. That's a little bit surprising. 3 gen doesn't really have too much either. XX, which is Carson, has Phase Boots and Mask of Madness. And that leaves the Razors, the last one we've got left to cover. He's got the Treads, Aquila, and 1100 gold on hand, and he's getting pressured a little bit here as Disruptor comes in. He will use the Glimpse to bring him back, and the Kinetic Field will trap him right on the edge. And we'll place there. And he should go down. Next cool spray. There it is. And they get a kill.
Tower has fallen.
Earthshaker now in trouble as he's going to try to back away.
And it's up. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Calm in trouble here is Fluff, and 3 gen making a rotation over. 1, 2, 3 is there to help him out, but so is Frempo, and he's going to have hookshot. He's going to use it onto 1, 2, 3. Calm. He needs to try and stay calm. He will go when he goes down. He will get the kill into 3 gen. And that's what happens. But 1, 2, 3 goes down to the Assassinate from the sniper. Shrapnel's going to come out, but the Disruptor's hiding below the tower.
With flair.
Apologize for these Spectre just typing. Let's actually take a look at the that's not what I want. I want the net worth. There we go. About 7,500 gold lead. Ahead is the dire side, and that's definitely not surprising at all. As we switch over to the net worth, you can see the top 3 are all on the dire side. Shadow Fiend, and then switch back to the last hits, and he's almost back up to the top. But typically at this point in the game, you'd like to be quite a bit ahead of everyone else in the game at this point. This shrapnel up on the high ground to give him a little bit of vision. There is an observer ward up here, and that should have actually cued them to either think that there's an observer ward there, or even potentially there, but chances are no, not there. He never would have shrapnel if he actually had an observer ward there. If he had an observer ward that could actually see the Earthshaker, he wouldn't have shrapnelled. So it's going to be in one of those two locations, so giving away a little bit of information there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
1,
attack.
2, 3. And at Ho-OK trying to play a little bit aggressive, but they're running into 4 heroes, and they need to back out. 1, 2, 3, getting down to 600 HP. I think Ho-OK is going to be the one who's going to go down now, as he's down to 150 HP. Still no assassinate coming out. There it is. It's on him now. As yeah, that observer ward gave him all the information he needed. He used the shrapnel to kind of cover it up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
1, 2, 3 will go down as well. Sniper getting that kill as well. And let's actually take a look at the kills, deaths, assists, and we've got Sniper at 9, 1, and 0. The Clockwork at 5, 0, and 6.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They combined for 14
Radiant's
out
bottom
of this
tower
dire
has
side,
fallen.
16 kills. And that's quite a big lead, 16 to 4. And take another look at the gold graph, and yeah, it's already past 7,500. My oh my. It's basically 8k gold lead. And now they're going to go do Roche, and they're going to have an Aegis on the back of it. And there's definitely no way that Orenda can contest this. They can't come in and contest this Roche at all.
Incoming!
Well, they are going to just try to farm up, but they're really not getting much.
Dire's
They're
top
scared,
tower
so
is
they
under attack.
I mean, they know. They saw them walk in. They weren't smoked, I don't think.
Roshan has
But they're
fallen
playing
to the
very
dire.
cautiously. So they must have been smoked, and I just didn't see that, as they had already started on Roche. Yeah, now they have to retreat because they know the pain's coming. They can see it with the observer ward. And they're just trying to hold on. They're hoping that their Shadow Fiend's going to bring them back in this game, but it's going to be very, very difficult. This sniper is just snowballing out of control so hard. Now he's got an Aegis. You can't even jump on him and blow him up. They're all kind of hiding over here. I think it's very, very obvious that they're there. It's not really a secret. Grempo on the high ground, looking to jump on in. Will he choose to go on this Earthshaker? I don't think so. Disruptor going down before anything even starts. They get, oh my goodness, Calm coming in and blowing everyone up. And now XX is going to go down as well. Oh, that's good to see. That feels good. As XX goes down, he will respawn with the Aegis. Grempo jumping in with the hook shot. Maybe that was a little questionable as well. Now he'll Cogs trap in Calm, but he will get a kill there, but Grempo's going to go down as a result. And this is going to be a full 5-man wipe. Orenda just losing 2 heroes and killing 5 on the dire side and Aegis. It feels good. Feels good seeing that after the dire side was talking a little bit of trash to see it go back the other way. So Orenda narrows the gap a little bit. 9 to 18, and I actually wish I looked at the fight recap, but we can see
Dire's bottom tower
the
is
gold
under
graph
attack.
comes way back up, basically a 5k gold lead now. 5,100 if you actually are doing the math, but Orenda coming back a little bit, but they need a lot more fights like that if they really want to come back in this game. They're still quite a bit behind. There we go. The Shadow Fiend's starting to tank up. He just finished his mech, and they're going to try to go on the Razor here, but look, the fluff is everywhere. He's there, and they're going to get another kill onto the Disruptor, and it's just Fluff's positioning. He's all over the place, and he's always in the right spot. And now they're gathered as 5, and they're going to take this top tier 1 tower. Earthshaker positioning himself well. Now he's I think he actually trapped himself with that fissure when he threw it out, and he actually had to TP away.
Radiant's top
But it looks like
tower
they are
is
going to
under
lose this
attack.
top tier 1 tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Calm getting disrupted in the mid lane. Fluff is just here trying to defend on his own, and that should force Calm back, and he'll actually just TP away. In the meantime, 1, 2, 3 in the bottom lane pushing. So they're starting to get their rat on,
Radiant's
but
top tower is under attack.
these 4 heroes on the dire side still just pushing in the top lane, and there's really nothing Orenda can do at this point. It's hard for them to take a fight like this.
Tower is under attack.
They've got to wait a little bit. And I'm just, while we have potentially a little stalemate here, I'm going to bring up the items so you can take a quick look. Actually, I'm not going to do that. There's not enough room off to the side for me to move the camera over.
Dire's bottom tower
And we'll
is under
obstruct some of the
attack.
vision if we actually do get an engage. It looks like Orenda's going to try to push out. I think, yeah, they will glimpse the sniper back. He will get swapped out by the Venge, and that means the Venge is dead. But I think they're going to lose their Bristleback as Frempo has stepped up and used the Cogs. Static Storm going down as well. Disruptor dying just by placing that, essentially. Now Calm
Dire's
dealing a
bottom
little bit
tower
of damage.
is
He's
under
dropping
attack.
kind of low. He's going to start
Dire's structures
having the
are
bottle
fortified.
charge as the sniper assassinates, dealing a ton of damage at rank 2, 505 damage coming out of
Dire's
that. And
bottom
he's
tower is under
not that
attack.
far away from 16, so that damage is going to start increasing. Using the assassinate on to the Earthshaker, the Clockwork
Dire's bottom tower
rocket off
has
the
fallen.
mark, and he's got 3 stacks of Shadow Poison. Fluff will pop it. It actually won't kill him, just drops him down to about 60 HP, so he'll be okay. But while all this is going down, 1, 2, 3's been pushing in the bottom lane. He's already taken the tier 1 tower, and he's putting a little bit of pressure on the tier 2. The Vengeful Spirit has since come back and defend this tower. 1, 2, 3 is backed off. But let's take a quick
Radiant's
cycle
middle
through all the
tower
items
is
here as
under
we've got
attack.
the Disruptor with Arcane Boots. We've got the Shadow Fiend just picking up that Shadow Blade to go with his mech. We've got the Earthshaker going Force Staff, realizing he's not going to get that Blink Dagger anytime soon, and probably the Force Staff is going to be a little bit more valuable to his team, especially going up against the Clockwork Cogs. So he's going to choose to go for that first, and I think that's definitely a good decision. 1, 2, 3, he's got his comeback Midas, but let's take a look at how much gold he has on hand. 720. Still needs a lot more before he's going to be able to fight. And the Bristleback, just finishing the Crimson Guard right now as I select him. He's also got a cloak, which, will he build into the pipe? I don't know, maybe, maybe not. But let's take a look at the dire side, and we've got Fluff, just an urn and a soul ring, and his Tranquils. It's actually not that big for a support. Kind of surprising. Razor, what his Mattress Actress has? Actress? That's actually a really hard name to say. He's basically got his Egg Scepter, just has to fly in with the Courier. Sniper,
Dire's top
still with his
tower
Mask
is
of
under
Madness.
attack.
And he's picked up a second ultimate orb, and he's also got a point booster. I think he's basically done as Scotty, just has to deliver that to him. Frempo has his 4 staff and a point booster, getting closer and closer to his Egg Scepter, but still quite a bit away. Let's take a look at how much gold he's got on hand, 1,300. Let's actually look at the sniper as well, 650. And he's just going to be finishing that Scotty. I imagine the Courier's flying that in right now. No, actually it'll probably complete at the side shop.
Do it with flair.
And the Vengeful Spirit. Already got the medallion. And surprisingly, still didn't finish those Tranquils, besides having the Ring of Regen for quite some time. And the Scotty was finished at the side shop there by Sniper. And with the eggs finished as well on the Razor, I think they're just going to start pushing this tier 2 tower. And what will the Radiant do? I think they don't defend it. It's a really difficult tower to defend. I think Calm stays mid. He takes this tier 1 tower. That's pretty much a given.
Dire's middle tower
160
is under attack.
HP. It should go down pretty quickly. They
Dire's
will
structures
use...
are fortified.
Oh, Calm's actually going to have to run away. They are going to defend it as
Radiant's
a very
top
late
tower
sentry
has
coming out from
fallen.
Fluff. But they will defend their tier 1
Dire's
tower in the
middle
mid lane,
tower
and
has
we'll get
been
to
denied.
the deny on it. It's a little bit of gold, but I mean those little bits of gold add up over time. So
This
good
will come
defense
in
from
handy.
the dire side. Take a look at the gold graph though. Orenda completely coming back in this game, only behind about 2,500 gold now. One, two, three now. TPing back to Fountain. He's since picked up a Ghost Scepter.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Calm is just constantly getting pressured. Fluff basically chasing him all over the map. Trying to force him back. Trying to find him with that Shadow Poison, but he's already TP'd to the mid lane, so he'll just go back to farming. And they'll know exactly where he is now as he's farming up that camp underneath an Observer Ward. Unfortunately, not getting that respawn there. That was pretty damn close. I think that may have been a result of the corpse. Do corpses block anymore? I don't even remember. Because I know that they used to. Like in Dota 1, the corpses used to last for, I believe it was 15 seconds. Maybe it was even 20 seconds. And they used to block respawns. And in Dota 2, they made it so that they die in like, or they disappear in within 1 or 2 seconds. I'm not sure if that actually is still the case. You think I would know after so many thousands of games played in Dota 2, I would know this. But
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I don't remember.
And it's off.
It's one of those things that I think just by feel, you don't even think about it. But the Dire's going to get another Roche. Well, we saw what they did with the last Aegis, and it did not work out for them at all. So they'll put another Aegis onto Sniper and hope it goes better this time. But they aren't 8,000 gold ahead this time. They're less than 2,500 gold ahead.
Dire's structures
So it's going to be much more difficult for them to have a favorable team fight. 1, 2, 3 TPs to this bottom tower. There's only 2 heroes here, and actually there's 2 more joining them, so it is going to be a 4-man push on this bottom tier 2. And is the Radiant side looking to defend it? Will Orenda choose to defend this? This is a very difficult position to defend from. They do look like they're coming back as Calm is going to start farming this camp. He is under vision of an Observer Ward, and they may choose to just rotate over to pick him off. They may even choose to jump in, knowing that the Shadow Fiend is so far away. That Earthshaker was a very, very vulnerable target. The Clockwork had a clean angle to open on the Earthshaker, but they chose not to. I don't think they know where this Disruptor is, and if they don't know where that Disruptor is, the clock comes in and he gets immediately sent back. That's just essentially a wasted hook. And without the Egg Scepter finished, they actually rely quite a bit on that hookshot cooldown.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Orenda has smoked up here. They've got 3 heroes pushing out. This is very, very risky play. Oh, there we go. It all gets popped, and they're going to use the glyph onto Fluff, who will disrupt himself. And the Cogs gets used on the Ho-OK. And I don't think they're going to be able to focus down that Bristleback. And they'll even swap, and Clock's going to go down, and I think Shadow Demon's going to go down as well as he does. And now they're going to start chasing down the Sniper. This Bristleback going to try and burn that Aegis on the Sniper. Keep in mind, Sniper does have Aegis. Glimpse getting used to bring him back. Calm is now in to help his Bristleback teammate. There goes the Sniper down the first time. Clockwork will buy back, try to come and help his Sniper, who looks like he's going down. Kinetic Field going to trap him in place, and there goes the Sniper. I feel like we've seen this before. Frempo now hookshotting in onto 1, 2, 3, who just uses Replicate to jump away. Mattress Actress will go down to Calm, and now they're going to try to chase down Frempo, and they will glimpse him right back to everyone on the team. And with the stun from 1, 2, 3 and a fissure, looks like he's going to be dead. And now it's 3GN dead. I think he is. Kinetic Field will trap him in place. Question is, will he be able to get a kill onto the Earthshaker? Doesn't look like it. Now Fluff respawns and TP's back in. How many kills was that for Orenda? Jesus. My goodness. Completely outplaying them. Completely outplaying them. Oh my goodness. Holy. That's a big gold swing. 6,400 gold swing. And I am glancing over at chat occasionally. Dota Tom says, I don't think so. I think corpses only did in Warcraft 3, referring to blocking camps. I thought that was the case as well, but I wasn't 100% sure on that. It's one of those things that when you're watching the game, it makes you question, but I think playing, I never would have thought that it actually blocked. I think he was a little close to the spawn box. I think he was like right here, like more up here. And I think that's really close to the spawn box. I actually don't know where the spawn box is in this location. I just know the timings to pull. And basically when you're farming it, how far, like what time to pull back. I actually don't know the exact boundaries of that, which is kind of surprising. I just don't know this boundary. I know most of the other ones, but this camp is one of those weird exceptions. Obviously, you know the sentry locations and all that, but well, that was a huge team fight. Let's look at the gold graph.
In your face.
Well, let's actually not look at the gold graph as we had a hook shot. I'm hitting the wrong button several times. As I actually don't know what happened. I was hitting too many wrong buttons. All I had to do was hit the same button twice, and I was fat fingering all over my face was rolling all over the keyboard. It was difficult.
Incoming.
That glimpse, not ideal, as I think he thought that Fluff had stepped up further when he saw him all of a sudden, but Fluff indeed was coming the other way, so the glimpse just sent him right back. Okay, hanging out in the middle lane here, and he just needs to be a little careful as his team's kind of completely left him. They've smoked and gone top. And now Razor's going to go down. And they get another pick on this Razor. Do you remember when this game was, I think it was like, I don't even know. I was like 9 or 10 or something to 1 in terms of kills. My goodness.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I love seeing games like this. I love seeing games like this. This is... Honestly, Orenda has just played well to bring themselves back into this game. Obviously, the Dire's been making some silly mistakes, but Orenda's really been playing well. Oh, Calm in trouble now, as it looks like he's going to go down before this fight's even going to start. He will get the kill into Frempo as his ult goes off when he dies. And 3GN's going to go down as well, but Earthshaker... Oh no, 3GN got the swap off, and that'll actually secure the kill on the Disruptor. 3GN dies as well, and then even Fluff dies to the Bristleback. And 1-2-3 wasn't at that fight. And now Hookay is going to walk right into Razor and Sniper. Not really sure what he was thinking of there, but he walked right up into them. He was completely alone going up against 2. But he will just TP away. XX tried to start that assassinate, but it's you've got to be really quick on that trigger to make sure that, I mean, it's 2-second channel, I believe. Does it tell me? After 2 seconds fire, yeah, so it's a 2-second channel. Of course, TP is a 3-second channel, but you've also got the projectile travel time on the assassinate, so you've got to definitely react within half a second. The spectator chat is incredibly distracting. I've never had people talking in chat like this before in a game I was casting, and it's very, very distracting. I don't have any way of turning that off. I can turn it off when I'm watching in Dota TV, but when I'm actually in this, I can't turn it off. It's quite annoying. Uh-oh, Fluff just spots the Earthshaker, and... Oh, that actually... 1-2-3 is pretty scary. Earthshaker getting real low. He's gonna go down. Didn't pop his magic wand. I think he realized that 3Gen was gonna get securely kill on him. But then 1-2-3 jumps in with that shotgun, blows him up. But I thought I just checked and I didn't see that he had a replicate up, but apparently he did. Oh, look at that. Dota Tom sending me a link on the creep boxes. If I were to guess, I'd say it's probably like right here. I bet you that is the mark that lets you know. It could also be this, but it's probably this. Because there's pretty much everywhere on the map, there's something that lets you know where the boundary box is. Like you look in the bottom lane, and you've basically got this rock that lets you know. You've got this. You've got the magic bush over here that lets you know. And it basically draws out the entire thing for you. That rock there. So you know exactly where the bounding box is. And there's little things like that all over the map. Even you can actually see, I believe it's right here. I believe it's this thing that lets you know. The tower, well, they've since moved the tower, but it's somewhere around there. It tells you, like, tower range and all that stuff. There's, like, little flowers that tell you all this. I think it might be here for the bottom tier 1 tower. And that looks about right with where the tower is. Oh, something like that. That's about right. Yeah, there's little things all over the map that let you know where the bounding box is. I don't know. I don't know why I don't know this, but I don't know it. It's embarrassing, I guess. And some of them got like really weird ones. Like, obviously the magic bush here blocks this camp, so you can imagine how big that camp is. And I mean, this one, I already drew it out, but it's basically like that. And I'm talking about random stuff. 1, 2, 3, getting a kill onto Fluff using that shotgun, and now he needs to desperately try and get out of here alive. Doesn't have a replicate up this time, and I think he's dead. Yep, he's going to go down. So there is going to be a trade, and that's definitely advantage Dire, as it's a support for, well, the safe lane carry. We'll see how much gold trading that is. In the end, not that much, 750 gold. And that's because the lead isn't that much, 5,000 gold, but look at where we came from. My goodness, and we take a look at the XP graph, and way Orenda favored. You know what, I think a lot of teams would have just completely given up and called GG a long time ago in this game, and it felt very, very dire, for lack of a better word. And honestly, I didn't think Orenda was going to be able to come back. But they found a way. They found a way, they avoided, they bought time, and they farm. And that just got them close. That just kind of stopped the bleeding, got them a little bit close. But then it came down to a couple of those team fights, and they frankly outplayed the Dire side to get themselves completely back in this game. And, you know, now they're ahead 5k, a little less than 5k now. But that 5k lead is a lot less significant at this point in the game than an 8k or 9k, whatever it was, gold lead way back at the 15-minute mark. Looks like they're going to get another kill here as Calm goes on to Mattress Actress, who will actually pop the cheese, and then Calm just says, you know what, I got what I came for, I'm just going to TP away. So cheese used. There was a smoke used from 3GN and Frempo and Fluff, but they're not going to find anything. Actually going to walk right into 1, 2, 3, who does have a replicate down. And he's going to quickly blow up Fluff with the shotgun. Glimpse getting used to send Frempo a couple feet away. And I think the Radiant will just kind of disengage here. Actually, 3GN looks like a potential pick off. No, they're just going to play it safe and back away. Assassinate coming in. And just absolutely chunking that disruptor. And we haven't looked at items in a long time, so let's take a look at those. We've got 4 staff on the disruptor.
This will come in handy.
Ooh, a Scotty picked up from the Shadow Fiend and a Talisman of Evasion. So he's going to go for a Butterfly. Still would potentially like to see maybe a BKB coming out. On the Earthshaker, we've got the 4 staff, and he's getting closer to his blink, so he's going to have both those eventually. But not quite there yet. We've got the Shotgun, the Manta, and still the Midas on the Morph, but 1,700 gold. So he's still's got some more items to buy. And the Bristleback has actually been holding on to a gem. He's got the Crimson Guard, BKB, and that was a plate mail. What else is on it? Well, it's a BKB for the Shadow Fiend. He heard me, apparently. Oh, we've got an engage here as BKBs are getting popped. Shadow Fiend still doesn't have his, as his is flying in. But 3GN's already going to go down. But they've already lost their Earthshaker and their Bristleback. The gem is on the ground. Frempo now jumps in, grabs the gem. But he will get trapped in the kinetic field. Really nice kinetic field will secure them the kill. Onto 2 heroes. Sniper is going to go down. That gem's still on the ground. Sniper, of course, has the Aegis, so he will be respawning. It's just him, the Razor, and the Shadow Demon going up against all 4 of these heroes on Orenda. And there goes the Sniper. Calm getting incredibly low, but he's going to be fine in the end. okay. Has the gem. He did have to buy back there. He was the only buyback for the Radiant side, but they come out ahead 3-2. That was a much closer fight than we've seen in the last couple. But part of that, I think, was because it was a very, very, I want to say, good engagement from the Dire side or poor positioning from the Radiant side. It just wasn't a good fight for them to take, and that was the point. They didn't have the option of taking it or not because the Dire side really forced that fight, and it turns out it was all right for them. It was all right. You know, that was the closest that these fights have come. In the end, you know, they fell behind a little bit further, but they did force out a buyback. But it at least, it shows a little bit of progress, I guess. Looks like I got Razor working towards an AC, and I want to go through the Dire items here, but we're going to have action. Echo Slam being used. Razor getting kind of low, forcing out the BKB. 3GN's going to go down, I think, right after the Disruption, as he's trapped in a Static Storm. Nope, he'll actually will survive with about 80 HP. The Clockwork has since gone down. Sniper just respawning now. Razor's going to go down as well. 1, 2, 3, jumping in, trying to focus down XX, and there goes the Sniper as the shotgun gets used. There he goes. Now he's going to try to go for Fluff Dota, using the Replicate to get closer, and Fluff goes down. Just the Venge left, and I don't think Venge is going to be able to stop these 4 heroes. There comes the crap talking. You guys didn't even see it, but in IRC, Carson, who's playing the Sniper, he was saying, like, you know, just get in the lobby, whatever. It's just going to be a 20-minute game anyways, blah, blah, blah. Just talking complete garbage. And I imagine he was talking a bunch at the start of this game. But so you can see, I got him muted. 17-5-3. 17-5-3, and they're losing. The throws. Like, honestly, like, I don't even know if it's fair to call this a complete throw. Like, yeah, there's no way that you should pretty much lose from that much of a lead.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But Orenda played incredibly well, so congratulations to them. I love to see a team that's been completely shit-talking get a huge lead and then lose. That just feels good. That feels good for me to see that. Yeah, look at him, chat. He's definitely saying things. I should almost unmute him, but frankly, anything he kind of says isn't really worth reading. So he'll remain muted. But but what a game! That was great to see. I'm really glad. I mentioned it earlier that I've never gotten to see Orenda play, and I've seen them in the brackets many times, but they've never gotten to the finals in the tournaments I've cast, and I've never got to cast them. And, well, I got to cast them today, and they had some good games. It was really great to watch. And this game, they were getting completely demolished. But somehow, they came back. And that was great to see. I don't know how. I don't know how they kept the morale up to stay in that game. But they did. And, well, they win SCS. Unfortunately, there's no $100 prize pool anymore. They've restructured. They restructured how they've been distributing the prize pool and everything. So it's pretty much zero for almost every tournament. And then there's one night where it's like $100. So they're not going to get the $100, but they will get the bragging rights. And honestly, they should be proud. That was an impressive game to come back from, as they were very far behind. That Shadow Fiend did not have a good time in. I feel like I've done that to so many Shadow Fiends in so many pup games. Just like roaming on them and just killing them over and over and over again. It's good to see one come back. That was great. Well, hopefully everyone out there, you guys enjoyed watching. I'm Niz. This was SCS Finals. I cast this every Thursday and Sunday, so definitely come back and check that out. And the best way to do that is to follow on twitch.tv/NizCast. You can also follow on my Twitter page at NizCast, and I'm going to be uploading all these VODs to YouTube, and that's youtube.com/NizCast. But I'm a little tired, so I'm going to head out. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to throw it to a little bit of approaching Nirvana before I completely close down the stream. I see a couple people talking in chat, so I'm going to go say hi to you guys. But until Thursday, you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.